These are the new digital price screens. The whole goal of these is to adjust the prices on the items as they become more in demand. So for example, right now these are 90 cents. Let's say around 6 o'clock or during the busier time, these will go up to $1. They'll fluctuate based off of demand.
Dynamic pricing is definitely going to be a thing in 2025, and it's going to encourage price gouging as well as more inflation. Corporations are saying that this will reduce food waste because then the people won't want to buy more than they need, even though corporations do more food waste than we actually do, but that's a whole other video. Also increases profits by 3%, as if they already don't do enough price gouging. In reality, we are going to have to adopt our shopping habits if we want to buy groceries at a lower price. If you go into a grocery store after 5 p.m., which is when most people are off of work, you're going to be paying way more for your groceries. Also going to be raising prices only to maximize profits, so they can raise it as much as they want based on the hour. As if there wasn't more reason to hate Walmart, Kroger and Walmart have already adopted digital price tags. It's going to be more of a practice as we go into 2025 and 2026. My suggestion, try to find a small business or a local grocery store that isn't owned by a big box store like Walmart or Kroger. You may be paying a little bit more, but at least you know that you're supporting a small business and more sustainability, and you're not giving these dirty corporations more of your money. Know what you think in the comment section below, and make sure you follow me for more content like this.
People are already destroying the prices change throughout the day. Plus 10%. Plus 10%.
There's no denying it. We're living in a Black Mirror episode. Grocery stores are implementing dynamic pricing. So think Uber surges on a drunken Friday night, or Ticketmaster gaslighting you into thinking $300 nosebleeds are a great deal. Now let's do that, but for eggs and milk. Turkeys will be more expensive in November, and the price of water will surge during hurricanes. It's honestly plain old evil. Should we start farming and raising chickens?
I'm gonna ask y'all something. Did y'all know about dynamic pricing on Uber? My car's in the shop, and I had to take Uber, the rental the Uber from the Enterprise to home was like $14.95, I want to say. Go get home, I see Uber has charged me $43. So I'm like, yo, what is this? Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to read it. It's not making sense. It's not showing me anything, because also on my bank statement, it says that they charged me $14.95. Then they gave it back, and then they charged me the $43. So I hit up Uber to ask about it, and they're like, oh, that's something new. It's called dynamic pricing. And basically the way it sounds like they're trying to get people to drive. Like, they're trying to get Uber drivers to actually want to drive. So they up the price. So they show me a price. You as the patron getting the service, they show you a price. But then they show the people who are going to drive a different price, and then they pay them that price out of your pocket. So they had sent me, and they were like, that was our fault. It's temporary. And it doesn't happen often, but it's been happening a lot more lately. And so they give me a $10.78 credit. But the ride was supposed to be $14 and some change. You charged me $43. And so you gave me $10 back. So you still charged me $30 for a $14 ride. Has anybody else encountered this? And that's okay, because my thing is, I used Lyft from that point on. Like, I've used Lyft for the other rides I needed to take, Lyft. And that's why Uber's losing business, because that doesn't even make sense. How are you going to show me a price and then be like, oh, well, actually it had to be this price to get somebody to drive you? If that was the case, I would have switched over to Lyft. I would have switched it right then, but you didn't say that, and you waited until I had the ride, and you just took the money from my account.
What up, family? It's your brother YT. Wake 'em up, back at it again with another video. Digital price tags in grocery stores to roll out nationwide. Remember when I told y'all hyperinflation is coming? The dollar will lose its value. It's ramping up real fast. Now they're doing digital price tags. What's going to happen is, and y'all can mark my words on this, what's going to happen is there will come a point in time where the pricing for each item will cost more by the time you check out. By the time you grab that item, put it in your cart, you'll be paying more than the sticker price. Or the next person that grabs the item will be paying more than the previous person. Look, y'all gonna see what I'm saying as we get into this. Family, you already know what to do. And if you're brand new too, thumbs up this video so YouTube can push this content out. Smash subscribe to join the tribe. And ring the post notification bell as well. All right, let's get into it.
Ever notice your grocery bill is climbing even though you're buying the same exact stuff? It's not just inflation anymore. Many stores are now changing prices in real time, even adding extra charges at the checkout.
These surcharges getting tacked on to the bottom of more and more bills. There's now an extra fee if you order eggs at a Waffle House or Denny's.
I'll just stop eating eggs here.
And some retailers importing goods from China, even adding a tariff surcharge.
It's called dynamic pricing, powered by AI.
Dynamic pricing is where a retailer is constantly changing the price of a product or a service. If there's more demand, they may raise the price. If there's less demand, they may lower the price.
Prices going up during peak hours. And
Now y'all hear that? Prices going up during peak hours. So if the store got a lot of traffic in there, you might pay more. Right? When you see a store full of people shopping, expect to pay more. 2, dynamic pricing is going off of demand, supply and demand. So if there's a large demand, say like C19 for toilet paper, it's no longer considered price gouging. They can do that. Let's say food, as shelves become empty due to the tariffs like we've been talking about, shelves will start to become empty. So they're going to charge you more for those items now before these shelves go empty. We know the items that everybody buy. Everybody pretty much go and shop for the same meats, the same type of breads, the same type of essentials. Overall, I don't got to break it down, but expect these items to be more. On top of the tariffs, there will be dynamic pricing as well.
companies are already experimenting with facial recognition to increase the prices based on who you are in real.
All right, now hear that. Facial recognition. Prices will be more based on who you are. So they could discriminate. Let's just say they charge a specific color less than another color, or that race, right? As soon as you see that certain color face, you might pay more.
There are some grocery stores that have been collecting customers' biometric data.
Americans are already financing food and drowning in debt. And now pricing is getting personalized too. So who does this really benefit, and how deep does this go? Dynamic pricing isn't new. Airlines have been doing it for years. Surge pricing on Uber, same thing. But
Right.
now it's creeping into something much more basic, your weekly grocery run.
Dynamic pricing isn't anything new. Airlines and hotels use it, but people view groceries differently.
People cannot not buy food, and it also tends to be one of the largest line items in a household's budget.
So here's how.
There we go, food, right? So the demand for food. That's why I said I'm not going to break it down. We know what people buying. They're buying food. So expect to pay more. It's a high demand for food. You got to eat.
Works. Instead of having a fixed price on a specific item, stores will use algorithms to increase or decrease pricing based on demand, time of day, or how busy the store is. That $4 orange juice at 9 a.m., it might be $4.50 by noon. And these aren't just pilot programs anymore. A European tech company is rolling out digital shelf tags across entire American grocery stores.
Denovation Technologies is a provider of digital smart labels powered by an automation technology that lets companies automate their labeling, pricing, product information, and promotions in real time.
See how that price just changed that quick? Within seconds. So you won't know what the real price was, say by the time you go to grab it, when the algorithm triggers that you're a certain race and you have to pay that amount. You don't know that the other race just paid less. You don't know that this is not actually a sale, even though it's showing that it's a sale. Now, as hyperinflation starts to be a thing in America, if y'all been studying Venezuela, if you've been studying the collapse of an empire like America, then you will know that when hyperinflation happens, like I said before, you'll expect to pay more at the counter than what the price tag shows. And this is how easy it can be done. Within seconds, you could be manipulated.
Microsoft, yes, Bill Gates' Microsoft, has contracts tied with smart pricing systems too. Add in those rewards programs where you type in your phone number for a discount. That's not just for coupons, that's not for you. That's a gold mine for them. They know your habits, what you buy, how often you buy it, when you buy it, and what prices you'll tolerate for those items.
Yes.
And here's where it gets really wild. Some companies are already testing facial recognition in their stores. In theory, prices could become personalized based on your age, your gender, your income, and your credit score.
There we go. I told you. I said it. Expect the social credit score next, y'all. Expect the social credit score next. China 2.0. America is slowly but surely turning into China. Expect that digital ID. Trump, oh, I'm not coming out with a digital ID. You might rebrand it, give it a different name. But what is this? This is the same thing, if not worse, if not more sinister. And this is just the beginning, mind you.
Aren't doing this because they can. They're doing this because they have to. They have a fiduciary duty to their shareholders to get them the highest return on their investment and to become the most profitable company that they can be. That, coupled with over the last 2 years, inflation has crept in. It made everything much more expensive. From labor, packaging, shipping, raw ingredients, everything is getting much, much, much more expensive. And at the same time, Americans are tapped out. They're not buying more, they're buying less. And shoplifting has skyrocketed.
88% of retailers say shoplifters have become at least somewhat more aggressive in the last year. That's according to the U.S. Chamber of Commerce.
Food companies can't just keep jacking prices up. People are already shifting and changing to cheaper brands or flat out skipping items. So instead, companies are turning to tech. If you can't sell more, you have to maximize every sale. Dynamic pricing allows them to squeeze out extra dollars at the register. When the store is packed, when it's late, when customers are tired, or when they know a certain shopper is less price sensitive. And it's not just grocery stores either. From Amazon to fast food apps, algorithms are already quietly changing what you pay. Sometimes a minute. And we can
told you. About a minute. It can change about a minute, right? They said even when you shop on, say, something like DoorDash, you might pay more than the next person because it knows your habits. The algorithm knows your habits. They know you don't got a problem paying $40 when the next person might have a problem paying $30. So we're going to charge you $40, we're going to charge them $30.
Are carrying record credit card debt, and over 60% are paycheck to paycheck.
It found 60% of adults say they are living paycheck to paycheck heading into the holidays.
I work full time. He works more than full time. I don't know what to do.
You may have seen this video circulating on TikTok. A woman shares her experience of living paycheck to paycheck in a 2-income household.
This isn't just business, it's exploitation with a digital mask. This is the part that no one really wants to talk about. But we need to, because the truth is, many people are already financing their groceries on installment plans. Buy now, pay later isn't just for electronics and shoes anymore. Walmart and Target both offer buy now, pay later services at the checkout. That's how tight things have gotten in America. People are literally making installment payments for groceries and eggs, and it's become the new normal. And this isn't just a fringe thing, it's surging. Klarna alone announced a 22% increase in grocery store purchases of buy now, pay later in just the last year. Not because people want to, they have to. And at the same time, credit card debt just exceeded $1.3 trillion for the first time ever.
Americans are struggling with the rising cost of everyday items, falling behind in some cases on expenses like car loans and credit cards.
And interest rates are brutal. Interest rates on most credit cards are about 22 to 25%. For retail credit cards, north of 30% interest. People are swiping plastic just to survive and then drowning in interest. Now, food inflation might have cooled off a little bit recently, but wages, they're not keeping up. The damage was done in 2022 and 2023. People's budgets are stretched, their savings gone. And now, dynamic pricing is about to make grocery store purchases feel like an airfare purchase. Think about that. You walk into a store after 6 p.m. after work, and because it's peak hours, the price of your dinner just went up 10%.
That's what I'm saying. He's saying everything I'm saying. It's not funny, but look how on point I am. That's all I'm saying to y'all. But man, imagine now, they know the times that most people get off of work. Like you say, at 5, 6 o'clock, when everybody going to that grocery store, they expect to pay more, right? America done. America is done. 60% of people can't afford to live. They can't get everyday basic necessities. It's about to be 70%, 80%, then 90%, then 100% of the people. Give it another year and a half. At this rate, if that. Give it till summer. Give it till fall. Who knows, but it ain't looking good. That's all I can say. It's not looking good.
It's not just inconvenient, it's a new system in a moment where millions are already struggling just to stay afloat. So what happens when you mix AI, facial recognition, and pricing algorithms with a desperate population trying to eat? You get something that feels less like a grocery store and more like a casino. In the coming years, experts believe we will see hyper-personalized pricing. Not just
hyper-personalized pricing. Remember I said hyperinflation. They getting crafty with the wordplay. They want to switch it up, make it sound like something that is not, make it sound like a different term. Remember I told y'all, I'm going to be the first one to tell y'all that hyperinflation is starting. Y'all probably haven't heard nobody talking about it. This is going to be the first channel you hear about it.
Based on time of day, but based on you, what you buy, and how loyal you are, and even how much the system thinks you can pay. And that's where it gets dangerous, because it's no longer about the value of the item. It's about the value from the perspective of the person buying it. And that's not a conspiracy. That's what happens when profit meets personalization. Walmart is already experimenting with smart carts and AI-powered cameras. Bill Gates-backed companies are already working on shelf pricing tech. And Microsoft has contracts with smart pricing systems that tracks everything from demand spikes to demographic behaviors. This is not a technological trend. This is an economic shift, and people are starting to push back. We're seeing early signs. Local food co-ops, digital boycotts, and even some people breaking the new price tags in stores. Because once food becomes a game of strategy, people start playing back. But here's the question. When prices can change by the hour, by your face, by your phone number, what does a price even mean anymore? It used to be walk in, grab what you need, pay, and leave. Now, you're part of the algorithm. And that algorithm is hungry. In the past 2 years alone, prices have jumped by over 20%. Yet wages have barely moved. And for the first time ever, companies like Klarna and Affirm are allowing customers to finance groceries.
Yep, and DoorDash. I was going to mention that. Even DoorDash, you can do buy now, pay later. So we're becoming a part of the algorithm. See how they tricked everybody? They watched your habits. Now they know your habits. They know what you're likely to pay, what you're not likely to pay. They talking about getting smart carts. So they're going to know what you put in that grocery cart. Okay, he just grabbed the $12 eggs. So he don't got a problem paying $15 when we raise it. She grabbed the $2 eggs. She not going to pay $15 for no eggs. She grabbed the $2 eggs that only got 3 of them in the carton. Manipulation at its finest. China 2.0. Maybe 3.0. I could say this is worse than what China going through, but expect that social credit score. Expect that digital ID. We getting real close. Real close. Every single week, we getting closer. You can't even skip a day. If you skip a day, you missed a lot. And this is why they want to keep people distracted so they don't know nothing is going on. They want to keep distracting people with celebrities getting locked up and celebrity beef and the politics as well. Politics and the distractions with the migrants. So nobody knows that none of this is happening.
Let that sink in. Millions of Americans are going into debt for cereal and eggs. We're told this tech is about efficiency. But when 60% of adults are living paycheck to paycheck, who is this system really designed for? Because if AI can charge more when it's busy, or based on your past purchases, or your home zip code, who gets the discount? Who pays the premium? These aren't just price tags. These are personalized profit machines. And as the line between grocery stores and surveillance networks blur, you have to ask how far is too far. Some cities are already planning to push back. Some shoppers are now opting in to paying with cash, removing reward apps and loyalty programs altogether, and now fighting to protect what little privacy they have left. But here's the real question. Will we catch this trend before it becomes the new norm? Or will we wake up one day and just realize we're being charged more for being ourselves? Because the future of food isn't just about how much you pay. It's about how much they know about you. Ever since 2020, it's become normal to make all purchases online, including things like a car. 2018, 2019, many people didn't make big decisions like they do today online. But as the world continues to move forward, more individuals will take more screen time. And as they do, and they take this data and feed it to big tech can manipulate it and use it in their benefit. And what I believe is very likely going to happen is I believe that the cost of everything is going to continue to gradually get more and more and more expensive. And as these algorithms acquire that information and it continues to get sold time and time again, the cost of living will grow and living standards will erode.
Now expect this too with apartments and housing. You think the algorithm not going to track that? You think they're not going to track that? Everything is going to be tracked and surveilled. Everything you do, everything you buy. There's going to come a point in time you're not going to be able to buy or sell without that chip. Y'all know that, right? We've been talking about that. But this is the slow collapse of the economy. It's going to get to the point it's going to get so bad people can't afford nothing, and then they're going to present it. They're going to present that mark. And I saw somebody in the comments saying, I don't think it's that. Well, if this video don't show you that this is where we're headed, then I don't know what to tell you. I really don't. If this can't and don't show you that this is about to be China 2.0, I don't know what to tell you. During C-19, they set up all of those cameras. Remember, 5G was a conspiracy. Nah, that was so they could surveil everybody. Now they telling you the plans. Smart carts, dynamic pricing. If you are a certain race, or if you make a certain amount of money, if you live in a certain neighborhood, then expect to pay more. If you've paid more in the past, because you just, hey, let me go ahead and just treat myself. You played yourself now. Because now, since you decided to treat yourself that one time, the algorithm is showing that you have no problem paying this price. So what you see on that screen is going to be higher than the next person. Yeah. Tom had no problem paying $15 for a pack of sodas. You know what I mean? He had no problem with that. So we're going to keep charging him and his family that price. But Sarah down the street, she only wanted to pay $3.
I believe the next couple of years will become extremely important to protect your privacy and to invest and prepare for a more expensive world. I think one great way to do that is to reduce your overall living expenses, personalized credit card debt, any type of outside consumer loan, eliminating it entirely and putting yourself in the strongest position that you possibly can. One way of doing that might be moving from an expensive city to a less expensive location if you work remote, and putting yourself in a position to where you can invest. The more wealth you have, the more opportunities you have. The more opportunity you have, the more freedom you'll have. What are your thoughts on this entire situation? What do you think about the direction in which America is heading in right now?
Let me know what y'all think about the direction America is headed in. This is why I tell y'all live frugal. Do not live beyond your means. If you did, you really played yourself, because you're living a lifestyle that you can't afford, and now the algorithm is going to think you can. Prepare for a lot of job loss. Prepare for a lot of starvation. Prepare for the world to get angrier. Prepare for... listen, people going to lose everything. It's going to get bad. Violence will increase. I'm going to keep it all the way real with you. I read on end time prophecy, as well as I read on the collapse of empires and the collapse of the dollar. I'm not just your average YouTuber that's just posting videos for entertainment. Or I wouldn't be posting this video right here. It's not going to get the amount of views that my other videos. This video is to wake you up. Peep the name of the channel. YT Wake 'em Up. This is high level conversations. Once again, I'm going to drop a Patreon this week. These are high level conversations. And I'm going to help y'all out. I'm going to help y'all prepare for the end times. I've been studying this my whole life. I never lived the lifestyle that most people do. I invest every single dollar that I get because I knew this was coming. And I've been telling people about this since 2017. If you've been watching the channel, you've heard me say that before. Appreciate everybody that reached out to me on email asking for advice. Keep reaching out. Got the Patreon coming. Peace to my Hebrew family. Shalom. Let me know what y'all think about this one. Catch y'all on the next one. And share this video out too, because a lot of people don't know about this. And you're not going to hear people talking about this. You're going to hear people talking about the latest gossip, the latest drama. They're not going to be talking about this. And they're going to miss it. They're going to wake up and it's going to be a whole new world. So share it out. Appreciate y'all.